This is a picture of little Omari Sterling, and this is a picture of his mother when she was notified that her son was found dead in a pool in the Malta-Bray area. This is a picture of grief. This is a picture of pain. We shouldn't have to go through this anymore. Jamaica, this is what the parents of children found dead look like. Just take a look at this parent, Devona Carr, as she's being consoled by another parent. Look at the anguish, look at the grief, look at the stress on the face. Is this what we have to go through daily? Look at her, look at the cry on this poor mother's face. I feel your pain. I want to go on in Jamaica, brethren. What's really happening? Do we have to keep reporting this over and over and over again when our children cannot even go on a beach trip and be safe? Poor little Malika, poor little Omari. Malika was only 10 years old. Omari was only 12 years old. The parents sent him on a beach trip in Montego Bay. They went to the one-man beach in Montego Bay, where it was reported that this unscrupulous character who had tattoos all over his body, on his hands and on his feet. And it was reported that he lured a number of children with the offers of hamburgers. And after he lured these children with the offers of hamburgers and gave them money, he managed to elude other people and took away poor little Malika and Omari. Their bodies was found in a pond all the way in the Malta-Bray area of Trelawney. Isn't this a familiar scene where little Shanika Anderson was lured on the premise of a patty and back juice in 2005? What about little Courtney Walker that was killed in the Bamba River area in 2009? And then all the other hundreds of children that was murdered by adults, murdered by their family, murdered by their friends, murdered by people that they know. Jamaica, we just have to sit back now and then grieve and grieve. When are we going to stop this? When are we going to say enough is fucking enough and we have had it? We have to do something about this. Jamaica, I'm extremely upset and I'm extremely sad to know that over and over and over. And no matter how many times I put these things up on YouTube, no matter how many times I've worked hard to make sure that we give these information out so that people can be on the lookout for unscrupulous people like these people that have murdered these poor little children, 110, 112. Jamaica, we have to wake up. We can't just sit back. Or are we in agreement with what is happening? It looks like we're in agreement with what is happening because there's no way that we can have so much picnic on a day-by-day basis being molested, being murdered, being raped, being boogered, being done all manner of evil things, and it keep happening without there's a big, massive public outcry. Jamaica, I could wake up and smell the coffee brethren. We can't watch this go on no more. Me personally can't take it no more, Rasta. Look, see what we can do for help people them, man. We could keep our eyes and ears open, man. If the children in their beach, Rasta, the area that these kids were changed, it should have been monitored by adults. How can you have children changing into their swimwears and have a stranger standing right there? How could that be? That's lapse in the security protocol of either the people who went on the trip or whatever schools who organized the trip or whatever church who organized the trip. I don't know, the paper did not state who organized these trips for these children. But one thing I can tell you, if we don't wake up, more people are dead, more people are going to be lured away, more people are going to be boogered, more people are going to be abused. And guess what, Jamaica, I forgot left your brethren. We love the silence too much, but we can't take it. I know it's all over the world, but it's not supposed to be happening in my country. Not on them alarming rate here. Last month report 1, this month report 1. Next month what, we'll report some more? Or what are we dealing with? Jamaica, we could be more vigilant, man. We could start watching people every day, man. How much time if you telling us? How much time if you telling us the village responsible for the upkeep of the picnic them? The village mean you and me and every single Jamaican that live in this country. We must look out our kids them. We can't just kick back and watch our people and just a dead off, a dead off, a dead off, a dead off. Yo, if we don't want to call it jungle justice or so, but things have to be done to make a difference in this country. Jungle justice is justice. Jamaica, wake up. We could eradicate this evil and this monster. And make a look out for them people there. You hear me I say? Make a look out for them unscrupulous people. That takes it. Our people there. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. Come down, come down to all of we. Come down, Jesus, come down to all of we. Come to Kingston, come down to all of we. Come to Montego Bay, come down to all of we. Come to Clarendon, come down to all of we. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. Come down, Verna, come down to all of we. Come down to all of we. Come down, Jesus, come down to all of we. Come down, Jesus, come down to all of we. Come down, come down, come down to all of we. I'm not just angry, but I'm really saddened to know that this beautiful country, Jamaica, has been ripped and torn apart by murders. Last year we experienced over 1,005 killings. This year, not even the 8th day after New Year 2015, and we already experienced over 24 brutal murders. Ladies and gentlemen, one of these murders that really touches the core of my heart, all of them do, but this particular one was this retired nurse who spent most of her life making sure that children are born into this world, and two rude and scrupulous 16-year-old, one who lived a couple of houses away from her, went as soon as her husband went to the shop and attacked a 79-year-old woman and stabbed her several times, killing her. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm appalled to find out that these two little buggers, as we call them in Jamaica, right, they met while they were incarcerated, while they were arrested and in jail, and they planned this thoroughly, that when they come out of jail, they're going to get themselves a gun and they're going to go on a serious rampage. 16 years old, thinking like that? I applaud the new commissioner of police for what he said. We are going to rid this country of this scourge of violence, of these nasty, wicked people. But Jamaica, we have to play our own part. We must report these unscrupulous people to these authorities, because if you don't, all of us are going to die. Jamaica, I've told you many times, many times I've told you that we have to be a children's keeper. We have to start looking out for these youngsters, and as soon as you observe or notice that they're going astray, grab them by the ear, pull up their socks, pull up their pants, and make sure you play your part. I do not want to hear, boy, it's none of my business. These kids are not mannerisable. These kids are unruly. These kids are this, these kids are... I don't want to hear that. I want to hear you as concerned people, concerned citizens, concerned parents, taking this person and say, hey, if I don't do this today, it can be on my doorstep. This retired nurse name is Hyacinth Aiden of the Trelawney area, and my condolences go out to Ashley Aiden, her husband, who just went to the shop for 15 minutes, not too far away. A matter of fact, the appalling thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful lady, this beautiful grandmother, this beautiful retired nurse gave one of these culprits a phone when he begged her that he didn't have a phone. And when she gave him the phone, ladies and gentlemen, he said he didn't have enough money to buy a SIM card. She gave him $500 to go get a SIM card. And then days later, you bring a friend and you ransack the house. And when she heard you ransacking the house, you stabbed her to death. Both of you, I don't care how young you are, should get the death penalty. And it's about time we start thinking about doing that, Jamaica. They say the death penalty would not occur, would not deter criminals from committing crimes. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to do something. We have to do something, or if not, you're going to experience not just 24 murders, but 2,400 murders. Jamaica is one of the most beautiful countries on the planet Earth. I am doing my part because, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I'm concerned about what is happening. I love this country from the core depth of my heart. And every time I see these wickedness that is happening to our citizens, people who have given up their service, a nurse, a teacher, a doctor. Can you imagine? These are the people that they're killing, people that have provided a service, people who have given them life. What is happening? I'm sad. I'm sad, Jamaica. I'm sad. I go wake up, my man. I go smell the coffee. It's an American term. When you say smell the coffee, I could just open my eyes and say, what I want, man. And report these things to the police. We need help. Call upon the power of the Almighty God. The churches were going out there and yes, they protest against certain things and so on. But I want to see the churches and the community coming together. I want to see all of Jamaica coming together to say, yes, we cannot take this any longer. And this must come to an end. Jamaica, land we love. Watch out for them youth, man. They're dangerous. Long live my beautiful country, Jamaica. Can't left it for the world, man. Jamaica sweet. Poverty is taking my country. Poverty is breaking my back. Poverty is breaking our backs. Poverty is breaking our backs. Come down, Jesus. Come down today. Come down, Jesus. See what is happening today. See what is happening today. People are dying every day that we speak. People are dying every day that we speak. Every day that we speak. Come down, Jesus, see what is happening. Come down today. People are dying Jamaicans, we need you today. We need you today. Long live my beautiful country, Jamaica. Can't left it for the world, man. Jamaica sweet. One stone, them cannot fling, because I'm rooted like the rock of Gibraltar. My name is Claude Sinclair, and I'm a 57-year-old man. I lived for many years in the United States of America, and then one day, the Almighty says to me, put down everything that you own and come back to Jamaica, because this is where I want you to be. I came back to Jamaica, and I did wonderful things with my life. I've exposed many young talents like Turbulence the Future, talents like Nesbeth, talents like Warrior King, talents like DYCR, talents like Mr. Gaddy Gaddy. I play an intricate role in all of their lives for them to become who they are today. We're in a sad state. They're raping our women. Just the other day, there was 5 women in Montego Bay. One as young as 8 years old. She was brutally sodomized and raped. Another one that was only 14 years old was brutally sodomized and raped. Another young lady, she was only 16 years old. She was brutally sodomized and raped. Then there were 2 young boys. One was only 7 years old and one was only 10 years old. And both of them were sodomized and dumped into the river. Mama Portia speak about people power. Yes, she speak about people power. People power is this. All of us must stand up for what we believe in. Right. It was in the year 2005 that another beautiful little girl, her name was Shanika Anderson. She come from down on Maxfield Avenue. She went to the Coronation Market, and while she was at the Coronation Market, she was tricked on the premise of a patty and box juice. An unscrupulous old man pick up this 6-year-old little girl, take her from the Coronation Market, take her through to Manly Meadows. He sexually assaulted poor little Shanika Anderson. He raped poor little Shanika Anderson. And after that, he strangled her and left her body to die and rot behind Manly Meadows. Then it was the year 2009, when we have another little boy from Bamba River, St. Thomas. His name is Courtney Walker. He was at the Bamba River with his mother about 12 o'clock. And while he was at the Bamba River at about 12 o'clock, his mother ran out of soap powder. And she said, little Courtney, please go home, Courtney, and see if you can find some soap powder. While Courtney was walking through the bushes, close to his house, he was abducted by 2 grown men. Little 9-year-old Courtney Walker, he was called hard life sufferer. He was brutally raped. Then he was stabbed 57 times all over his body. Are we gonna stand by in Jamaica and just say nothing? Look at what is happening to our picnic there. Look at what is happening to our children there. You understand? So we must collectively work together as a team. Because if you don't work together as a team, we're all, as Marcus Garvey says, we're all gonna die. And I'm not joking. We all are going to die.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to In the Streets. Today is yet another sad day for Big Stone as we watch our children stolen. We watch our children taken by force. This is a new case of what we call child abduction. This happened in the Content Retreat area of St. Mary. This happened to a mother of 5 by the name of Anne-Marie Karam. Poor little Anne-Marie Karam have her 7-week-old baby Akeem when she was told by a shopkeeper that a taxi man had given her a number for her to call the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. When she called the St. Anne's Bay Hospital, she spoke to a lady at the other end of the line who told her to take her baby to Ocho-Rios. She naively took her baby to Ocho-Rios. When she got to Ocho-Rios in the Drax Hall area, she met 2 women. One was of Indian descent and the other one was of African descent. Ladies and gentlemen, both lady ushered poor little naive Anne-Marie to a vacant lot, where one of them took the baby, ushered the baby, and then gave the baby back. As soon as Anne-Marie began to breastfeed her baby, she was stabbed in the neck with an hypodermic needle, and her baby was snatched from her grasp. What a sad case of child abduction. The burly woman ran into the bushes with her baby, and she was left screaming. Why would they want this poor woman's baby? If you look at little Akeem, he's very healthy, robust, nice looking little baby boy. And of course he was the last child of his mother, so he was very loved. She's weeping right now, she's crying, she's mourning, she's so much things going through the mind of Anne-Marie Karam that you cannot even imagine. Jamaica and the rest of the world, we want you to take a look at what is happening to our children. Take a look at what has been happening to our parents, our mothers. Take a look at what has been happening here in Jamaica. This is a very sad case indeed. We would only hope that with people like myself doing the work that I'm doing, bringing to the fore the atrocities that has been happening to our people and to our children, we can better yet be able to find the culprits or the perpetrator who orchestrated this hideous crime. Ladies and gentlemen, let's search for little Akeem. He's only 7 weeks old, and the appalling thing, he was born at home and he is an unregistered baby, so there's not much trace of this baby anywhere in the medical facilities. Bring back little Akeem. Perpetrators, I know you want a baby, maybe you've suffered a miscarriage, but this baby does not belong to you. This baby belongs to Anne-Marie Karam. Give her back her baby. Make her Christmas special and wonderful this year. Do the right thing and bring back baby Akeem. Thank you. How can a father molest a 6-year-old, ladies and gentlemen? Look at me, look at my face, I'm dead serious. How can a father molest his own child if this is true? It was alleged, ladies and gentlemen, that this was Monday afternoon, somewhere in St. Andrew, when a father and a mother had a domestic dispute. The woman was beaten with a 2x4, and later on, her little 6-year-old, I don't know if it's a little boy or a little girl, was found bleeding profusely from his anus. Now, ladies and gentlemen, she had to put a diaper on this little youth to stop the bleeding. What a disgrace. How could anyone, especially a father, if this is true, do this to his own child? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to bash homosexuality. That's not my thing. Saying, I don't care what these people do. They do these things on their own. They're considered consenting adults, and if that's the lifestyle they choose, as long as they don't bring it onto me, it's none of my business. What I'm talking about is our children. And this makes me mad, and I don't care if Jamaica for Justice or any other hate group want to look at this one and call this hatred. I hate the act of adults abusing and sexually molesting our children. Every time I see it happen, it makes my blood curl. It makes me hate, my dreadlocks stand up in my head, because I know the Almighty God will smite anyone that do such wicked act on our children. Jamaica, how this? How the rascal like this? How this are going in my country? This make me want to cost to bomber clot. I want me cost to bomber clot about this. See? We need to wake up, Jamaica. We need to get this thing together, Rasta. We need to get our people them safe. We shouldn't have to worry about what happened to you them. Seeing? And much less parents. Parents that takes control of these children who didn't ask to be here. Parents who are not in control of themselves, who cannot even handle their own relationship, much less take care of their own children. Ladies and gentlemen, as the wind blows today, it's lightning and thunder and earthquake upon anyone, whether you're male or female, that molests a child. Sissoko, I know you have your hands filled with this one, but guess what? We needed to dig harder. We needed to work harder. We need the people of Jamaica to come forward and support. Bring these perpetrators to justice. Because when they molest our children, they not only just scar them, but they scar them for life. Ladies and gentlemen, in Jamaica, I want the bomber clot to the pan. Wake up and smell the coffee. Every day we are talking about the same thing, in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. How the rascal to the pan? No, Rasta, I'm mad. No man never say Big Stone because them breed a bumbo clot. They like how them see me a cuss. Them breed a bumbo clot, yeah. This a slackness, Rasta. Saying, yo, you see all you father. If I say go for tuna, man, lightning and thunder upon you. Saying, lightning and thunder upon every child molester, Rasta. I don't like them. I don't like them with no passion, Rasta. You hear me I say? Wake up and smell the coffee, man, and stop molest or picnic them. Because our children is the future. Go back to the days of when it takes a village to raise a child. Look how much time I say that. A phone responsibility to take care of phone picnic. They never asked to be here. You put them here. So you must take care of them, my brethren. Me upset, Rasta. Fire burn upon a child. Molester.
The killers said, shoot the blood clot woman in her head. Ladies and gentlemen, it was on the evening of June 11th in Irwin, St. James, when a poor 54-year-old grandmother was shot and killed. Robbers hijacked her husband from outside before he entered the house, juking with a gun, and took him and his 12-year-old grandson inside, where they found Mrs. Eunice Jones Hamilton. Gunmen ransacked the house, ladies and gentlemen, and they took over $200,000 of her hard-earned money that she collected from 3 apartments that she rented on the dwelling that she lives. Ladies and gentlemen, the appalling thing about this robbery is not just that they took $200,000. They slapped her, they gun butter in her face all over, and when they could not find any more money, one of the killers said, shoot the blood clot woman in her head. Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Eunice Jones Hamilton was shot in her head. Her husband and her 12-year-old grandson saw blood spewing out of the head of her mother, his grandmother. I'm appalled, ladies and gentlemen. Killers out there. We know and you know that the gun is a mighty weapon. Me know and you know that the gun is a dangerous weapon. So when you pull a gun on someone, ladies and gentlemen, the person don't even see you. Even if they're looking dead, staring you right in the face, they don't see you. Because the gun is much more important to look at than your face. And after you took $200,000 of this woman's money, you killed her? What is happening in Jamaica? Jamaica, 3 million people. We're going to sit back and watch our country run like this, or we're going to march, or we're going to protest, or we're going to fight, or we're going to call upon the government, the security ministers, everyone who is responsible to protect our citizens, to dig deeper, to tell law enforcement, use every force of the law that you possibly can and bring these killers to justice. There were numbered about 4 of them, ladies and gentlemen. What could Miss Eunice Jones Hamilton have done? She could not do anything. She was cornered by 4 cronies. How could she even put up a resistance? Yes, you all murdered this poor old grandmother. Jamaica, I'm sad. I'm really sad. I could do something about that one, man. I could do something about that, man. I could do something about this, man. Do not let Mrs. Eunice Jones Hamilton death go in vain. Let this death now wake up all of us. Not that all the other deaths that went before are not important. Every single life on this planet Earth is important. But when some man can look, or someone can look at a grandmother, a 54-year-old grandmother, and one of the gunmen ordered, put a shot in her blood clot head. You think that is right? You think that is right, Rasta? Tell the truth, or you'll kill a grandmother like that. We have to stop it, brethren. We have to stop it. I know that things rough for the man out there, brethren. I know that food hard to get. See? But the man them not for going to kill people them way, brethren. I'm appeal to you, I'm not big enough, Rasta. I'm not for kill nobody, Rasta. Mrs. Hamilton couldn't do no guys nothing higher. Nothing she could have done to save her life. See? Someone hide them, Rasta. Give yourself in, brethren. Turn on yourself in. This is the least you can do, Rasta. I'm not going to repair this damage that you all have done. Turn on yourself in, higher. Next one appeal to the item. Yes, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mom, you're gone too soon. Mommy, you're gone too soon. You're gone too soon. Seemed like yesterday when you were here. Lightning flashing, you disappear. Thunder roll and I feel the pain burning inside. Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mommy, you're gone too soon. Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mom, you're gone too soon. Wish I could hold you and kiss you. Mom, you're somewhere up in the blue. Ooh. All my life I will remember you. Oh, Mom, oh, Mom, oh, Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mommy, you're gone too soon. Mommy, you're gone too soon. Mom, you're gone too soon. Seemed like yesterday and you was here. Lightning flash and you disappear. Thunder roll and I feel the sensation burning in my soul. In my soul. Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mommy, you're gone too soon. Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mommy, you're gone too soon. Seemed like yesterday when you were here. Lightning flash and you disappear. The thunder rolled, but I feel you burning deep down in my soul. Oh, Mom, oh, Mom. Mom, you're gone too soon. Oh, Mommy, you're gone too soon. Mom, you're gone too soon. Mommy, you're gone too soon. Seemed like yesterday when you were here. Lightning flashing, you disappear. The thunder roll and I feel you burning deep down in my soul. Mom, you're gone too soon. Mom, you're gone too soon. I love you, Mommy, and I miss you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a picture of Claude Sinclair, aka Big Stone. I was only 19 years old when I was a member of this prestigious Jamaica Constabulary Force. Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm very sad because we have lost a very, very, very beautiful little boy. His name is Lyndon Madison. He was only 11 months, 3 weeks, and 2 days old. He was 5 days shy of his one-day birthday. This happened in Anata Bay, St. Mary, when this poor little boy was hacked to death, actually killed by his mother. Now, the appalling thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that this little boy's mother is known to the entire community to have a sound mind. Everybody knows that this lady was mentally deranged and needed constant guidance and treatment.
But guess what? They allowed the baby to be in the possession of this lady. Would you believe it is alleged that she also felt the urge to kill her child coming on her, and she went to the police station. And when she went to the police station, ladies and gentlemen, it is alleged that she asked the policeman for help. It is alleged that she asked the policeman. She tells the policeman that I'm going to kill my baby. It is alleged that the policeman looked at her, laughed, scoffed, ran her from the station. And you know what she did, ladies and gentlemen? She went home and she took a machete and she chopped a little almost one-year-old baby to death. That touches my heart. That touches my soul. That touches the inner core of my body. Where is the village that's supposed to be raising our children? Where is the neighbors that's supposed to be paying attention? I know I saw one lady and she said she was responsible for taking care of this little boy. But what happened? The father who went on national television and said he went to work and he just don't know what happened. How do you mean you don't know what happened? You know the woman that you live with is medically sick. You know that that woman is insane. Yet still you allow her to kill this baby. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my country. I came home to do my job and to help to strengthen my country, to make my country aware of themselves and who they are. We have lacked spirituality. And if you do not believe in the Almighty God, the creator of all living on earth, then these are the things that will happen on a day-by-day basis. We are only 11 days into this year, and we're already gone into 1,087 murders from last year. 11 people has been killed so far this year. Is this another year of murder, mayhem, in this beautiful island that we call Jamaica? We need to change our style. We need to be our children's keeper. Let's go back to the days when it takes a village to raise a child. I know Patricia Bernard, a very, very good friend of mine, is appalled by this. Miss Bonnie Owens, from all the way from Canada, is appalled by this. Lena is very appalled by this. I know Darmalee Sinclair is appalled by this. I know Maureen Gutsmore is appalled by this. I know all good, conscious mother who love their children is appalled by this act. I have no grudge. I have no animosity for this woman who killed her baby. You know why? She reached out for help. Everybody knows that this woman is medically sick. The entire community came on television and said, everybody knows she's sick. Even her cousin knows that she's sick. Yet still, they allow her somehow to get a hold of her baby, a one-year-old baby almost, and chopped him to death. Jamaica, look, wise up yourself, you know. Look, we start love each other some more. Look, we start being our neighbor's keeper. Let's start being nosy. Let's start watching one another, brethren, because we cannot allow this to happen in this beautiful country that we call Jamaica. Jamaica is a nice place. We have produced great people like Usain Bolt. We have produced great people like Bob Marley. We have produced great people, Bunny Whale and all the great people that came, Shaggy and you name it, Merlin Atty, and all the great athletes that we have, the great music, the great food, the great culture. Yet still we clean our picnic den. We need to have the police pay more attention. We need to have the police look at themselves and absorb the training some more. 95% of the Jamaica Constabulary Force are good cops. I was one of them. I trained for almost 7 months at Port Royal in 1976. I was in the force. I was in the band that didn't like the gun. For 5 years, I played music. So I know that they are great police officers. The Cornwall Biggerford, the Isaiah Ling, the Tony Hewitt, the Delroy Hewitts. All those are great police officers that trained in my time. And they're good officers still in the Jamaica Constabulary Force. But we have officers that don't want to pay attention to their duties. We have officers that neglect that committed right that they have to the citizens of this country. And they beat upon and they murder some of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, I remember this little girl. Her name is Shanika Anderson. This is the year 2005 when she was missing from the Coronation Market. I remember when Ruth Green went to the police station down by Beeston Street, and she asked the policeman to assist her. She said, officer, please, my little 6-year-old girl, Shanika, is missing. We can't find her. It is now 3 o'clock in the Saturday afternoon. We need to find my daughter. And the policeman looked at her and says, listen, it takes 24 hours before you can report your daughter missing. Since then, things have changed, of course. We have had the Ananda alerts, but still our children are dying. If you look at the newspaper, if you look at the news, every single evening we have 3 or 4 or 5 children missing. What is happening to our country, our beautiful country that we call Jamaica? I'm saddened. I know my landlord, Mr. Nelson, is saddened. When I told him of the death of little Lyndon Madison this morning, he cried tears. He said, Papa God, come down. Where you there? Where you there? We cannot have the Almighty God come down until we get back to our spirituality. We have to get back to communicating with God. We lost that in Jamaica. So I'm appealing to everyone that is watching this video. From now on, you're going to commit yourself to be your children's keeper. Because if you don't pay attention to your picnic them, this is what's going to happen, like the killing of little Lyndon Madison. Today I'm sad, and I know the rest of the world is sad. I'm appealing to you. Firestone from Firestone Production is sad. I'm appealing to you. Look out for what picnic them, Master. Let not our children suffer no more. This is coming to you from Big Stone, from your heart. Pay attention. Bonnie Owens from Canada. Lena Levin from Florida. Dharma Sinclair from New York. Maureen Gottsmore from Germany. Patricia Bernard from Enfield St. Mary and somewhere in the United States. All these great women that I've called, and my mom, Pearline Peart, who's now somewhere in the blue beyond. All these great ladies that I've called would creep and mourn in their grave for those who are dead. But for those who are alive, I know they feel it to the core of their heart. Let us love what picnic them, Master. Let us protect them. They didn't ask to be here. We made those children. So we have to take care of our picnic them. Big Stone love you.